Welcome to the EQ Video Tip. I'm your host, Eric Forsetter, and as always, it's great to have you back for another terrific show. Before we jump into this week's tip, let's review the goals of EQ Video Tip. What's on tap today? Well, we've got a great article from Bill Murphy, who writes about what's the one thing that employers need to give to their employees to ensure that they stay at work. And what's that one key thing that those employees need? Well, believe it or not, it's friendship. And not all of them have it, about 20% do. And so it's so important to find that friendship at work, because finding a friend at work means you want to be there and you want to stay there. And so we're going to talk about different things that will help build those friendships and long-lasting commitments to the company, but as well as to the workers around you. Let's jump in and review some of these tips. Tip number one. Well, we all want to have friends, but how do we make them? It's not like we're in a schoolyard playing as a kindergarten or first grade, and we want to go play with the sandbox that other kids are playing with. We need to figure out, how do we create these interactions? Especially hard for this hybrid world or remote world as well. One of the first things you can do is encourage remote introductions. This could be both for people in the office or externally who are working at home. If you're in the office, encourage having someone to go to lunch with, or having a coffee with people, or something that gets them interacting, talking about things and their interests outside of work. On the other hand, if you have remote workers and they're not able to interact with a lunch or a coffee, set up a virtual coffee or a virtual snack time. Discuss anything you want, but nothing about work. So for example, you can get on a call with someone, talk to them about your favorite book, or ask them a question about what movies they've seen lately, or what they like to do, what are their hobbies, what are their interests. Whatever it is, give them 30 minutes one-on-one, just talking about things not related to work so they can interact with one another. Tip number two, pick up the check for this certain type of networking, as we call it, or in-house friendship building. What does that mean? Well, as an employer, maybe have a happy hour or a virtual happy hour where people at home all get to have a free coffee or free beer or whatever it is that they want to do. Or maybe do a virtual coffee tasting or chocolate tasting or pizza tasting, whatever it is. Figure out something that everyone's going to be able to interact with one another, and encourage that as well, and make sure that the company is picking up the tab so that the employees don't feel like it's a forced thing that they have to pay their own money to do something. Instead, we're encouraging friendship amongst the team. Again, picking up that tab makes that little difference for the entire team. Our last tip, and this is a great one, encourage mentorship. Mentorship means so much to both the mentor and the mentee. It's important to understand that people are always looking to get that extra edge, to go to that next level, and someone's always willing to give that knowledge that they have out there. So encouraging a both-way mentorship, both of mentors and mentees, is so important among junior and senior people within the team, and will help both them grow their career and find peace with the organization and what they want to do. Realize that people have a lot to share. Whether it's the junior person or the senior person, they want to talk about their experiences, their goals, their aspirations, their hope, and they want to be listened to. And it's so important that both sides listen to one another so this knowledge transfer will occur and build that better respect and, of course, relationship. That's a wrap for this week's tip. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, take these tips, customize them, make them yours. But remember, if you want that best employee to stay, make sure he or her has tons of friends, because the more friends they have, the more connected they'll be to your company. So that concludes our EQ video tip for today. Try incorporating some of these tips into your daily routine. But remember, use what works best for you and personalize it for yourself. Thank you always to our great research team for providing us with some great tips today. As always on EQ Video Tip, we want to end with gratitude. So thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Here are some resources that you can use if you want more information on EQ going forward. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you.